Tall Tribute Productions is proud to present Gary the Great Genius, a 50th anniversary tribute to Gary and Charlene Asleson. He was a down-home guy coming off the farm. He didn't mean the world no harm, but he wasn't like the rest of us. Talking about Gary the Great Genius. 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 He had a hearty laugh and a great big smile, and he only got in trouble every once in a while. Thought he'd make it big in special ops till he started throwing tomatoes at the cops. Genius. Genius. He'd be the first to tell you school wasn't a cinch, but he did major in common sense, and he had a gift for vocabulary with words like low-life, scumbag, and stinker belly. Genius. Genius. Joined the Navy right after school. Vietnam and the draft, it was the smart thing to do. No need to make a great big fuss. Now you gotta admit, that was genius. 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 Talking about Gary, the great genius. 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 He was stationed in Virginia with his sailing crew aboard the USS Newport News. Saw Vietnam combat from ship to shore in 29 countries on a world tour. Genius. Genius. The Navy taught him well, and he learned a trade, became an electrician of the highest grade. For systems and repair, he had a keen sense. Turns out the genius knows current events. Genius. Genius. He served 4 years, came home stateside to a sweet young thing that he made his bride. She'd be the prettiest nurse he'd ever seen. We all started praying for Charlene. Genius. Genius. Tanya and Adina soon made for 2 more, and the genius and his bride had a family of 4. With a solid foundation, that's for sure. As for them in their house, they served the Lord. Genius. Genius. Talking about Gary, the great genius. 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 He made a career with electricity. His favorite numbers are 110 and 220. With retirement came a business flair for helping friends and families with appliance repair. Genius. Genius. Some say he's a redneck hayseed from the farm. Many have been fooled by his backwoods charm. Before you put this country boy in a box, he's probably escaped because he's sly like a fox. Genius. Genius. It's been 50 years since their wedding day, and the best decision Gary ever made. He might be a genius and polecat smart, but loving the Lord is where it all starts. Genius. Genius. Now there have been some great minds down through history. Einstein, Socrates, and Da Vinci. How does Gary the Great Genius get up on that shelf? Well, it's not that complicated. He told me himself. My name's Gary, the Great Genius. 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 So glad you're a part of our family, but somebody had to tell your story. And speaking for all the rest of us, it's great to have a brother who's a great genius. Talking about Gary, the Great Genius. 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 We love Gary, the Great Genius. 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 Happy anniversary, Gary and Charlene. From your little brother, Jimmy Dean. talking about Gary, the great genius.